And Jeff Green.
And we're shortsaleswithjeff.com.
Today we're going to talk about what are the advantages of doing a short sale. You may be wondering, well, and I've heard this said a lot of times, I'm frustrated, I'm just going to let the bank have the house. Well, I'm going to tell you that may not be in your best interest. So we're going to tell you a little bit, take a few moments to tell you why that may not be in your best interest. Number one, if you let the house go to foreclosure, you're going to have foreclosure on your record. It is the most derogatory credit event that you could have. It takes the longest to recover from, and it's something that's just kind of not good. When you have to fill out a credit app or something, you always have to check that box that you were foreclosed on. So it's not a good thing. The other thing about letting it foreclose is what it does to the house itself. That's been your house, you live there, and maybe you can share a little bit of what you've seen about foreclosed properties. What happens to them?
Yeah, there's two huge chasms, so to speak, between the difference between a short sale, a regular sale home, and a foreclosure. Typically in a short sale, it's still occupied by the homeowner yourself or one of your tenants, so it's being cared after, it's being, usually the lawns are green and that kind of thing. You can't really notice a distressed property in a sense with a short sale, whereas with the foreclosures, they've got all the statements taped on the windows.
Yeah.
Everybody knows what's going on. The lawn is brown. We've all seen it. They're in all of our neighborhoods, and so it's really just this eyesore, and everybody kind of knows what happened and what was going on. And the other aspect of that is it really devalues the rest of the neighborhood compared to a short sale. Whereas a foreclosure, it's going to sell well below market value simply because it's a dilapidated property. And most times people have stripped the property of light fixtures. You name it, sometimes everything's been gone. We've been in places where the air conditioners are gone, and the heaters are gone, water, it's just stripped down.
Yeah, well, not only are things gone, sometimes things show up by the way of squatters, and I've seen places where they've become overrun with cockroaches. It's a terrible thing.
Right.
The other thing is, when you short sale a house, your transition's better. You leave, there's a homeowner there, another homeowner moves in. You don't have the risk of running into somebody in the supermarket and they say, well, what happened to your house? It's a nice transition on the short sale.
There's two other really big advantages, and one would be control. And the other is being able to purchase again. With control, I think a lot of people we don't have a whole lot of control of a lot of other things, but in this situation, we really have control in the sense of where things are going. You get to allow people to come into your home, do different showings. We're constantly letting you know what's happening throughout the process. Obviously dealing with your bank, sometimes you may not hear from them, you don't know what's going on, you don't know what's going to happen next. We're in a short sale. Every week we're in contact with you, we're in constant contact with the lender, you're going to know what's happening, you're really in control of what's going to happen. There's no surprises, everything's brought to your attention. The other advantage would be being able to purchase again in 3 years, and if you're probably watching this video, you're probably thinking to yourself, why would I want to purchase again? I just spoke with somebody today, as a matter of fact, who the woman was saying, I don't know if I ever want to buy again. Maybe I just want to rent. And you hear it all the time. But the fact of the matter is, 3 years from now, you're going to be able to look back at this experience, and you're going to be in a whole other different financial situation, hopefully.
Yeah, a lot of people tell me, hey, I'm going to do the short sale because I think my credit will recover before the market does. And you're certainly more likely to have that happen to you in a short sale than in a foreclosure. One final advantage of the short sale, you can generally live in the house a lot longer than if it forecloses, just because the short sale in most cases stops or slows down the foreclosure clock. And we can talk to you more about that when we get together to list your home. But these are some great advantages. I'd certainly encourage you to consider short sale versus foreclosure, and I think you'd be much better off with that, much happier.